which as we close things out today, I want to learn more about a few of your favorite cards. So I asked you to make a list before we recorded. I know that's not always easy, but let's go ahead and go there. Let's go ahead and have you talk about those. Start with number 3 and then work your way up to number 1.
Start off at number 3. This one is the 2006 Topps Chrome 1952 style gold refractor, number 225. The reason why this card means a lot is it goes back to my baseball collecting days. Back when I collected baseball, 52 Topps was the top of the mountain for most collectors. The mantle, back in the day, you would see, in the Beckett price guide, everything was in double figures, like $20, $60, $50. And then you see the mantle at $1,000. And that was a big draw for most collectors, baseball collectors, I should say. And the design was just, to me, it's iconic. It's something that, I'm so happy that Topps brought it back, not just for basketball, but also for football and baseball. They brought the design back for that year, 2006 Topps Chrome. And the Ron is very hard to get. I haven't seen one since I picked it up. It's numbered to 25, and that one made the list over my one-of-ones and everything else.
Well, those are really tough to find. And I will say that the shine on those is unreal. And even the Topps Chrome would have been the 2005 from earlier that season. The Topps Chrome, that they seemed kind of dull to me. And then these came out and they were, not only were they more limited, but they just looked a lot better. So the only regret I have, well, not regret, but the only complaint I have about that from my side of things is that was right after the Kings trade. So he's not in a Pacers uniform. It bothers me.
So, the Pacers years were the best, but unfortunately, I don't have any of his cards in the top 3.
All right. So let's see. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is the 1999 Finest Gold Refractor. This was his rookie card, numbered to 100 in a PSA 10. So this one, it's numbered to 100, so it's not terribly rare. PSA 10 is pretty rare. It's a Pop 3. This was the first Ron card that I made a conscious effort to go after when I got back into the hobby. I had a lot of Ron cards. Probably the lowest number one I had was numbered to 50. It was like an upper deck parallel, but I didn't have any really significant Ron cards when I got back. I just had a lot of Ron cards. There's a lot of base, a lot of not too rare parallels or inserts. So this is the one I went after, but I picked it up, and it was the number 1 card in my collection for the longest time. Just the look of it, the design is gorgeous. I believe it's the first year gold refractors were numbered for Finest. Prior to that, I don't think they were numbered. It's got some significance to me. And that being his rookie year, it makes it all the more important.
All right. So it is going to be hard to top that, rookie refractor, gold refractor, PSA 10, but let's hear what number 1 is.
Okay. Number 1, it's the Gold Prism from 2012, also in a PSA 10. This is a Pop 1. So this card was the card that I've been chasing since I got back into the hobby. I had crazy stories about how I got it leading up to this purchase, I should say. And it started when I saw Binatron post his collection, and he's got the whole Lakers set in the gold prism. And when I saw that and saw how the gold borders matched the Lakers uniform, it just made that my number 1 goal of collecting Ron cards. It made it my personal mission to find it. I searched everywhere, every platform you could think of. I actually did a Google search and found an image of it. It was on a message board from Europe. I think it was France. Everything was in French, and I had to.
Is it like Cartes de NBA or something like that?
Yes, I believe that was
okay.
So I didn't honestly. I didn't look at the board for any other posts other than that one post with Artest, and it turns out this collector had it in his collection. He was asking if it was a valuable card. This is 2020. Mind you, and I was like, okay, let me see if I could contact him and reach out to him, which I did. And he was, at first he said, no, it's a personal collection, and I had to accept that. I told him I'd check back with him maybe in a few months. 4 months later, I did it again. He loosened up his stance a little. He said, you know what, I am a Kobe collector and also MJ Wizards collector, of all things.
One of the few.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me try and gather up MJ Wizards card. I could do that. I mean, I know Kobe was really crazy expensive at the time, but it turns out MJ, Wizards cards are pretty expensive as well. But I was gathering them with the hope to try to trade with this gentleman from Paris.
Which can be a risky endeavor sometimes.
So I had my eyes on prize. I was just gathering MJ Wizards cards like you wouldn't believe. I have a stack of them now. Well, not now, but I did have a stack of them. I've since gotten rid of most of them. But I had a stack of them, and this card turned up on Golden, a PSA 10. So I had to weigh my options there. The card that I saw on the message board was raw. I decided to just go for it and see what happens, and we'll deal with the guy from Paris later. And then, yeah, it's one of those rare cards that I actually deployed the use of the mega bid.
Okay.
I wasn't going to let it slip by, and I got it. And then I had to get rid of all the MJ Wizards cards that I had stacked up. But yeah, I was so happy to get. This was last year before National 2022. The summer of 2022. I've had it in my collection since. Every once in a while, I just take it out, put it on my desk, and then look at it for a while. But yeah, that's number one by far, I think.